And of course, as you seek to grow your business, we'll be speaking this morning from the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, none other than Janine Fletcher Taylor, who is the Manager Marketing Services Unit. Good morning, welcome. And of course, we'll be going through and getting some information as she joins us. And digitally, how can you do things digitally? And this is what is happening. This is the way of the world now, really. You're talking about digital transformation, you're talking about artificial intelligence. So many things are moving at such a pace. I mean, I have never seen, in terms of technology, the kind of fast-paced movement as we are seeing now. I remember back in the day, you just speak about what the information superhighway. But in terms of the movement of data, and of course the mushrooming of businesses online, you'll find that in that particular space you need to have as much guidance as possible. So I want to say good morning to Janine Fletcher Taylor. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. So we're growing our business, but digitally? Explain that to me. How does that work out, and how can the JBDC help? Because, you know, the MSMEs are critical in any economy.
Yes. Well, the aspect of digital transformation that I speak about today is...
Oh, just lost you. Are you hearing me? Oh, I seem to have lost that connection. Not sure. Hope we can sort that out. I'm hearing somewhat of an echo, so maybe something has happened with the line itself. So we'll sort that out very shortly for your listeners, because this is so very important, and I know that members of the MSME and also maybe persons who have even larger entities to be interested. Yes. Can you loud and clear now, please?
Oh, you're hearing me. Okay, so the
Excellent.
first thing I would want to say is that before we can talk about digital anything, you must have processes in place physically. Okay. It has to start with a mindset that says, I must have a specific system or process of doing something, right? So you have to have a mindset for research if you are going to use the benefits of data being online, for example, understanding customers and what they are looking for, what solutions they're looking for, what products and services they're looking for, so that you can use that information effectively to inform how you go about creating products and providing solutions. And ultimately, you know, to make money, I mean, we can have all the, you know, the natural desire to solve problems, but ultimately what you want is to make that an economic benefit, mutually beneficial to the customer as well as you as a business.
I see.
And JBDC's role in supporting market access has always been done through our Things Jamaican retail arm. And we actually had an e-commerce platform prior to 2020, which was like a starter site, because we recognized long ago that we would have had to transition to e-commerce to remain relevant in the market space. When you have a Jamaican business looking to access markets, typically what they would be looking at is the Jamaican market of 3 million and perhaps the visitors of, say, another 10 million or so. So how do you access this market space of billions of persons with different types of pockets, you know, profiles and so on, and find them? They're not necessarily going to be here. So if you have a brilliant product and you're only targeting the persons that you can physically see and touch, you can imagine how restricted.
Yes, hello? Okay, we're having a little issue there, so we will sort that out. But of course, just to recap, making the point of being prepared and doing your research, that is important as well, because you're going to be reaching billions of persons across the landscape. You must be in a position where you know what it is you want to do, what you're putting out there, different tastes and so on, but you must be fully prepared as well. Do your research.
Marketing would be a natural transition for JBDC, right?
Okay, excellent. Back with you. Yes, we lost you a tad there, but hopefully we can fill that particular gap if there is any. Please go ahead.
Okay, so you're hearing me now, right?
I am, loud and clear.
Okay, so in addition to creating our e-commerce platform, we would have also looked at other channels digital channels that are far more robust than an unknown website trying to get into the noisy space of the e-commerce world, right? And that would have been the Amazon market, as well as Facebook store and eBay.
Yes.
Because we support a lot of fine arts, and eBay is a particular market channel that supports those types of products, and those kinds of customers are typically going to go on eBay to shop. So the mindset of JBDC in creating these market channels and ensuring that we are aligned with where the world is going digitally is really to ensure that our market access support now expands to where the world is going. And MSMEs, by their very nature of the small resources that they have,
yes,
each MSME trying to create an e-commerce platform may not be so practical.
Oh, yes,
you know,
yes.
But every MSME must seek to have a digital footprint, because the buying behavior now, once you say you have a product, you are really not validated or trusted unless somebody can go online and research you.
Ah, that's a very valuable point.
That's the first place they're going to look to see if you're a real business. Can you be trusted? Are you supported? What are people saying? So they're going to check their social media pages. They're going to look at Google search to see, you say you are, X company. Does X company really exist? Can I use my credit card on your platform? Are you there's so many questions. So MSME in this day and age, no social media, no visibility anywhere online. It's a bad idea.
Bad idea. Okay. So let us say now that you are in the space, you are on the platform, but you need to grow a bit more. You can partner with the JBDC and, of course, get some guidance in that regard.
Certainly, and before you can even attempt to do that, you now have to really look at standards, because you can actually look at a customer in, say, Europe as your first buyer. But then how are you going to logistically move the product from Jamaica to Europe?
Yes.
You have many barriers to go through there. So those would be some of the additional considerations. And we would try to ensure to understand where you want to target in the world, ensure that your products are ready for movement, and how are you going to communicate that you are a small-scale producer versus a large-scale producer, so you can manage the expectations of your buyers when they're placing orders. So although we have over 400 clients, really only about a quarter of those clients are really ready for that level of exposure, because they have to get the back end things right. You have to get those standards right and so on. And so we certainly assist them in ensuring that they meet those standards based on where in the world they want to go. There are different standards for different zones.
Yes.
And then look at their capacity and how to package. What's the story? How are we going to communicate digitally to the world what you're proposing, so that when you get orders, you're not overwhelmed with the success or failure of that.
Yes.
And help them to establish that digital footprint.
And also another aspect too is that sometimes you may very find that Jamaica may have some treaty arrangements that you could benefit from, and so the JBDC would provide that kind of information that they would know. Yes.
Yes. And one of the things, I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the cons, so to speak, of getting into the digital space is intellectual property and the exposure or risk associated with being exposed to far more sophisticated markets that can produce your product far more efficiently and quicker and replicate and imitate much easier than you can protect.
Yes.
So, it has its pros and cons, but certainly we advise clients on what are all the considerations. And sometimes you can take the risk, because, it's much more to gain brand awareness, as you can innovate and constantly innovate.
Yes.
You just want persons to become aware of you at first. But you can look at different scenarios and guide the clients properly, and then refer them to relevant agencies that may have better support than we do on certain matters.
Yes.
But ensure that they are considering all the different things they need to consider before exposing themselves.
Absolutely. Well, it really is a lot. I'm so happy that you have that, the JBDC you can guide in this way, because you can have an idea, but for that idea to come to fruition, and you highlighted them, not just making the contact, but also the logistics.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the numbers telling you in terms of that? Because you may very make a contact, but at the end of the day, when you work out the logistics and cost,
that's right,
it may not really be as profitable as you're contemplating or you'd like it to be.
Right. And one of the things we find interesting in the statistics is that even on our own e-commerce platform, where we talk about traffic, you will have hundreds and thousands of persons coming onto the site.
Mm-hmm.
They will explore the content there, but they're not making a purchase.
Mm-hmm.
How do you convert all this traffic into a validated transaction, and what would be some of the barriers preventing them from moving the transaction along the customer journey to a purchase?
Yes.
And so, you realize that the consumer is really first and foremost trying to get information and very curious, but hesitant at the same time.
Yes.
How can you alleviate some of those concerns to move the transaction into a purchase and a repurchase? So there are a lot of nuances to digital marketing, and it's each time you learn something, it changes again. You
It's
can't
so
keep
true.
up.
It's really fast.
So I wouldn't recommend it as a sole journey at all. You have to get support, and if your business is not savvy enough, hire skill sets that are more attuned with those new trends, so that you can stay relevant in the marketplace.
How can we contact the JBDC?
Well, you can see us online in our digital footprint at www.jbdc.net, and there is a contact us segment there that they can seek to get appointments and support, as well as you can call our head office at 928-516-124 to speak to one of our support units. And we have Instagram and all the other digital tools. Just type JBDC, Jamaica Business Development Corporation, in Google, and I'm pretty sure we'll be right at the top of that Google search.
Excellent. Janine Fletcher Taylor, thank you so much, Manager of Marketing Services Unit at Jamaica Business Development Corporation. Thank you, and all the best to you. And that was Grow Your Business.